muted, that's why. Can you hear me?
Hi, Andrea, we can hear you.
You're muted.
I think a default for everybody is to join on mute. So that way, if you're in the middle of the class already, it's not disruptive, but people can definitely unmute themselves.
That makes sense. Let me get my volume turned up here. I have, so the second Andrea is me. I just have it recording on this computer here. How are you doing, Peggy?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for joining us. Natasha is on the call and she works here at Element 3 Health too. There she is.
Hi.
Hi.
So Peggy has been sewing for a really long time, Natasha. And Natasha just got her first sewing machine, Peggy.
Oh, that is exciting.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm actually today just going to watch it, if that's okay, and just watch you guys, so that way it's a little intimidating to unpack it, yeah. But I just kind of want to dip my toe and just watch you guys for a little bit, if that's okay.
So Peggy, did you have a chance to see the actual project this week, which I am calling Cute Cubes?
I watched the video.
Oh, did you? Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're familiar with my teaching techniques. So this was the basic one, right? But then the purpose of these variation polls and things like that is to teach the community how to improve the design, which you're also pretty familiar with too. So look what I did with it.
Oh, cool.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
For you, I could see how you could adapt this into your bag designs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I have,
definitely.
Yeah, so I have a couple of variations to show you today that you could do off of, just this original process, which you probably know as the T method of construction, right? Now, when you made your camera bag, it was like, what, 8 inches in depth, or?
Yeah, it was like 8 by 10, something like that, because I made it longer than wider.
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking would be very comparable to that in construction method, but what's so awesome is the divider. So, and then I have a couple other options for you with this cube since it's a small group. So what I'll do, so you don't have to worry about taking notes, is I'll put all the measurements in the post when we upload this recording, if you want to refer back to it.
Okay, great.
So did you vote in the variation? Did you vote for a larger?
No, I voted for a divider.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, someone else voted for the larger, so I did both. Okay, so to add the divider to this one, you're going to be working with 8-inch squares. So I have the full panel that you're used to seeing here, okay? So you have an 8-inch square on the front and the back, and then just half those squares to get your sides and your base.
Is this for the divider part? The Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay,
Because
that is genius.
Yeah, so you can use this formula to size up any square, right?
Very cool.
Yeah, and the math is perfect on it. So for your exterior is just going to be your 5 8-inch squares.
Okay.
Which is the exact same construction method that we used for the original one. So no changes on the exterior other than increasing the size, but I have a different handle variation, so I didn't put those on the outside for you. Okay, so now we're just talking about the interior here. And can you get yourself this far along in the process to get the T, if you had to?
Oh, yes, yes. I thought
Yeah.
you meant do it now. It'll take me, it'll take me a minute.
No.
No, yes, I
And
can see that. I see where you've done it.
and
I
so
see.
yeah, I think that's the key benefit to recording these sewing
Yes.
remakes is because people will need time to cut and prepare for that. So you would create 2 of these then to get that interior, right?
Oh, yeah. Now, okay. Okay. Because I was I was thinking ahead,
Isn't
trying to
that
figure out how you did that. And I was like, that doesn't make sense yet. I'll wait.
isn't that so much fun? And then you fit them right inside of there, and I'll take one out so you can see.
So
But you
you're making you're actually making 2 separate parts
for the inside,
for the inside. Okay.
but you're literally just halving your 8-inch squares to get your sides.
Right.
That's it. So
Okay.
you could do a 12-inch square, and then your sides would be 6 inches because you would just
Okay.
cut it right in half. So that's why with the bags, I think as long as you like the square shape of it, you can just keep using the same formula. So that's your little inside,
Okay.
and you have 2 of those. And then when you fit that in there, you know, of course, to begin by aligning the side seam. And then you would true up that center. And I'm going to pin this side seam together so that I can hold this up for you and show you, because that would be the only tricky part. If you had that misaligned, it wouldn't sew very nice for you. So once you get these front side seams aligned for the interior and the exterior,
Okay.
there it is on the front.
Uh-huh.
Then you can gently bring that together.
Okay.
Yeah, and so what I find is those seams on the opposite side do align nice, Peggy,
Okay.
but they are not, as you can see, touching the side of that.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so once you get everything pinned really nice or clipped, do you work with the clips?
Yes.
Yeah, so once
I
you
would.
get that all clipped and then you pull it, see how it just lays in there perfect?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at that point, if you wanted to quit here, you could just run your stitching right down the center.
Uh-huh.
And I don't suggest that you do that first, you know, like with the interior out, because then I think you shortchange yourself here when you're trying to, it's almost like molding something because you need
Right.
all that
Right.
extra
Right.
play.
That makes
So,
sense.
but this is big enough that you can fit that
Yes.
up on there. And I would still only be trying to stitch seam to seam if you could clear it. But when you have this all pinned together, you may not get that far in there.
Yeah. If the sides are soft enough, you probably can bend them back enough to clear them, or at least get
Yep.
close.
And so then you'll push each side, you know, up so that you can then sew the opposite side.
Okay,
up
so
on there.
so you would sew before you sew the whole lining in. You'd sew the 2 middle, pin the outsides, matching the side seams. Clip the middle ones together. Sew the middle ones first before you finish sewing the outside top stitching.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then I find if you come back in, you can just get, if there's just a teeny tiny bit missed, you can come in and reinforce, no problem. But let's say you didn't want to finish yet and you still want to make this more functional handles, right? And so these were also the 8x4s, which happened to be just a little bit that was left over of cutting those 8-inch full cuts.
Uh-huh.
So it's like no waste, zero
Yeah.
waste on that 44-inch fabric. And so you could tuck those on the, I would do them opposite of this divider, right?
Yeah.
Because then what will happen, I'll pin them in place and show you, you get then like this accordion action happening as this closes up. Isn't it interesting how you could do so much with a box?
Yes. It's such a good little shape since the beginning of time.
That's so true, right? Okay. What's my other pen?
Andrea, my daughter just came in. She told me we got 2 new custom bag orders.
Congrats! I love them. They are so gorgeous, and I hope you have some available to show me.
She is working me to death.
I bet she is. So you see how it draws it in, Peggy?
Yes. Oh, that's
Isn't-
excellent.
Uh-huh. And no
Oh, yeah,
snaps
I
or
like that.
hardware or anything. And a little bit bigger, amazing knitting bag.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And-
if you my brain's thinking here, if you made them where the handles are, if you made the whole thing just a little bit taller, you've got yourself a tote bag.
Yeah. Oh, this would be such a fun lunch bag too.
Yeah. Boy, that's a versatile little pattern there.
Isn't it? And it
Yeah.
all started with
Yeah.
our box, right?
Yep.
Which is why I think it's so good to learn that basic skill
Uh-huh.
first of
Yeah.
how to get that cube, because then there is no limit. Now, imagine if you add some pockets, right? If you put pockets on the inside
Uh-huh.
or pockets on the outside,
Yeah.
which again, you can work with this and just use those 8-inch panels if you really want to be efficient and press them in half.
Right.
And you've got pockets on this, which I have a pocket panel here too to show you. And then you could, oh my goodness, massive organizer. Did you see that, Peggy?
No, I didn't see what, I saw that you put it in half. Oh, that's a lining piece. I get you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could add the pockets to the exterior too, but imagine if you were looking inside of there to 8 more pockets, right?
Yes. And you divided that little pocket in half. That's a good idea too. You can make whatever size pocket you want inside there.
You could
Okay.
make them elastic.
This could be a
It-
very cute little tool carry-all too.
Yes.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
it's the universal pattern.
Oh, that's such a great name. Thank you. Yeah, it really is. And that's what I love about this is even though this doesn't seem too impressive, if you
Right.
master this construction process, it does not take very long to get here.
And then you can add some kind of a little, like in between the handles, you could put a thin flap over to the other side so that the whole thing stays closed.
You could also do ties.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now, and this is where you can help me think through this. Let's say you do a full flap closure. Okay,
Uh-huh.
no handles, full flap closure. What do you think? Like maybe rings to attach like a little messenger strap?
Yes. You could do rings, or you can do, like on the camera bag where you have one strap is on this side in the front and the other one's on that side in the back. So
That's a great idea.
you can have removable, well, I don't know if you'd want them removable, but that's an option.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what size would you make your panels if you wanted it to turn this into a purse?
Okay, I like the width, as far, like if it's a small one, like the 8-inch width, but I would make it probably 8, 9, 10, maybe 10 inches tall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would be a
really
smallish,
nice.
that would be a smallish tote. So probably 2 inches higher than it is wide, whatever you pick. And the
Mhm.
wider you pick, a little bit, you add a little inch, you add inches to the top.
Yeah. That would be really nice. Super cute
Yeah.
with that. Yeah.
Excellent.
Any other ideas for it?
No, I mean, just construction ideas, like maybe, adding some stiffer interfacing if you wanted it to be, like, especially if you made it taller, you might want it to stand up better. And if you made, instead of just 2 dividers, if you put like 4 cubes in there, 4 dividers.
Yeah, so then you would just have every,
Yeah.
you would need
And
twice as many 8-inch squares. That would totally work too.
Yeah, I'm thinking if you do that out of a thicker fabric or even with waterproof canvas, you've got yourself like a drink caddy.
Yeah. That would be really fun.
I'll think of a lot more ideas tonight when I go to sleep.
Isn't that wonderful?
Trying to go to sleep. It keeps me up. I have a little pad next to my bed because every once in a while, if I'm having a problem like with the purse or something, I'm like, how can I do that? And I figured, well, just let me put it to the side, and then I go to bed just before I fall asleep. Bam, and I have to quick wake up and write down what I say. It's a God thing.
Yeah.
God thing I thought.
And I do it too. Like if I can't figure out how to make a process work, and sure enough, it will come to me in the night. And I learned, like you did, if you don't write that down, it's gone as fast as it arrived.
Yep.
Yeah. It's so fun. Yeah. So
now I'm thinking also you could probably put a recess zipper down the 2 sides that you have the handles, and have it just zip in the middle, so it'd be just like over the top, so you could have some more security.
I wonder, yeah, if you tuck that down, yeah, you could. There would be enough room.
Yeah, and first you put the recess zipper in so that it goes like that, and then you put the handle in, so that the handle will be outside of the zipper part.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying there?
I do, and it would get a little tricky, but as long as you didn't sew these sides yet, you could fold down that interior to attach it.
Or you might not even have to fold down the interior. You might just, you just might have the zipper, like put it in like a flap, bend it over, and then bend the other side over. Yeah. And you could have it zip in the middle. And then if you top stitched, after you put, you bring the zipper over and then you top stitch the it would hold it down.
Yeah, and it could be in all of that stitch line to go all the way around the top. Is that right?
No, it would just be the 2 sides. I don't know how to explain it.
I have some fabric here. I think we can test it with. Okay. Let me bump these over. Let me choose a contrasting fabric so that it will show up. Okay, so I think again you can go with the 8-inch, and you would obviously finish the edges, right?
Right. Yeah,
And
if it's
then-
8-inch and you finish the edges, then that'd be a perfect size.
Yeah. And then tuck it right in between the interior and the exterior.
Right, and put the handle on the outside of that.
Yeah. Let's see what it looks
And
like.
then you just prepare the
That's
zip,
so fun.
prepare the recess zipper like you normally would, and then just add the 2 sides.
Ooh, I really
Oh,
like that.
I like that too.
Isn't
That's a
that
very-
awesome?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
thank
it's
you,
a full-fledged purse.
And how adorable would that be in leather or suede or,
Uh-huh.
right? And then we can add this handle
Yeah.
on the outside of that. Super cute. And actually, you don't have to push that divider down in there at all. It just kind of naturally gets out of the way.
Yeah, yeah.
You would want a little longer handles than this, though. And then it
Yep.
would zip up.
Yeah.
It would lay
Yeah, and then if you
so nice.
then if you top stitched right there, the way it's when it's folded down like that, it would hold that zipper panel down.
Boy, that's nice. In fact, that's how I'll end up finishing this.
There you go.
Thank you, Peggy.
You're welcome.
Isn't this crazy cute?
Yes. Yeah, that is cute.
You guys are blowing my mind.
Isn't it
Okay.
fun?
We might need to go back to the beginning for Natasha so we don't scare her off.
Oh no, I've been watching the whole time. I'm just kind of trying to absorb everything.
No, and you go back to the beginning of making just a cube.
Oh,
To
I
get
will.
you started.
I need to learn how to use. So I was telling Andrea, I got my first sewing machine for Christmas. So it's
Uh-huh.
not even something I know how to use just yet. But I have a toddler, and so my mother-in-law felt like, you know, every good mother should have a sewing machine. So she gifted it to me for Christmas, and now I'm
They
like,
come in handy. They come in real handy.
yeah. But at this point, I don't even know where to start, frankly. So this is definitely so far over my head, but also pretty cool and inspiring.
Well, there's lots of YouTube videos on how to begin sewing and how to like thread your machine and everything. So what kind of machine did you get?
I will have to go look at the box.
Okay, I understand.
I can go take a quick look.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But this is like super simple though. Like Peggy,
Yeah.
when you say to sew this is like totally beginner.
Yeah.
But then this would be massively advanced with
Yeah.
the zipper.
It's just you can make each one and add a little bit of an element to make it. It's what my daughter does to me when we sew these bags. I start with a simple, and then she says, "Here, can you make this one?" And she shows me a picture of something. Can you do this too? And each one is a new element that I've never done before, and it's like, yes, because I have to figure out how to do all of that.